Grand Rising, Grand Day. Welcome everybody. Thank you for tapping in to Rising with Ra. And I am so glad to be back on Instagram Live, as well as continuing to stream on YouTube Live as well at the same time for these new adventures, these new chapters that we are embarking upon together in these beautiful sacred spaces. And for those of you that do not know me yet, I am your divine brother, Life Path 33, Gemini Sun, Leo Moon, Marcus, aka Christolight 33. And briefly, I'll introduce myself a little bit for you so you can get to know me a little bit before we move into this Rising with Ra space here live on Instagram and YouTube. And I'd like to start with first that I am a certified Reiki practitioner. I am a certified crystal healer. I am a meditation guide of around 6 years now. I also offer my own quantum level holistic one-on-one services, such as light language activations. I do oracle card readings, Reiki sessions, chakra balance coaching, intuitive life coaching, and Akashic Records healing meditations, as well as guided meditations for connecting with your soul origin, as well as trauma healing. Every Friday, I hold space on Zoom for the 4 Pillars to Freedom. The 4 Pillars to Freedom is a trauma healing and rebirth workshop group space that I hold. And each week we focus on a different focus of the 4 pillars. One week is mother wound. The following week is father wound. The next week is relationships. And then this Friday, coming up in the 4 Pillars to Freedom workshop, we will be focusing on the inner child. And for the inner child, we will actually be doing some more creative flow, freedom, and inner child play. And this Friday, during this workshop, we will be doing painting together, expressive healing painting. And if you're not able to afford paint, then you may draw as well. So it's going to be painting and drawing this Friday during the workshop. And we're going to try to keep it healing focused, to heal and express our past traumas and experiences. And then I'll also be doing the usual, guiding us through a Reiki-infused chakra balance meditation with affirmations for each of the 7 chakras to help heal, release, and recalibrate our system. So if you are interested in that 4 Pillars of Freedom workshop coming up this Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern via Zoom, feel free to message me for my Cash App or PayPal, or you may schedule through my scheduling app, which is sacredlight.schedulista.com, which will be down below in the description on YouTube, as well as in the bio link on my Instagram. And it's $33 per session. And it's a very beautiful space. Got quite a few testimonies that I'm going to be posting, along with ones that I've already posted. So once again, welcome everybody to Rising with Ra, the return to Instagram I am very happy to be back on Instagram Live as I took about a 3-week break. I just follow my guidance, follow my intuition, follow what Spirit has me to do. And I started my adventure on YouTube Live during the 3 weeks. And it's been really fun. It's been an adventure to explore YouTube Live. But here I am now after 3 weeks, merging together Instagram Live and YouTube Live at the same time. So here we are, expanding and growing, never losing out, never feeling like we're missing out. It's always about expansion and growth. And that's what I'm all about, is expansion and growth. Even through death cycles and rebirths, we are able to merge, expand, and grow, and bring together these different experiences and forms that we come across. Sometimes we think it's about getting rid of something or losing out on something when we get shifted into something different, but it's not like that all the time. Sometimes it's about bringing it together. Bring it together for more potency, more growth, more expansion. So that's where we are here today on this beautiful Monday. And happy 11/11 to everybody. I hope everybody's 11/11 was beautiful on Friday. Thank you for everybody that was a part of the 11/11 Sovereignty I Am in the Halls of a Mentee meditation, as well as those that were able to catch the sacred card readings for 11/11 as well. Thank you for everybody that donated to the card readings. Greatly appreciated. But how is everybody? Good to see you, Alessandra. Thank you, Sandra, Surya, Future Mama, Jerry, Fifi. Thank you all for being here. And today got quite some hefty topics that I'm going to be touching upon today in this Rising with Ra. Now, those of you that follow me and keep up with my posts, I know you guys have probably seen my recent post the last 2 days regarding a couple of different brothers in this world that are having some experiences regarding industries and these mainstream capitalistic societies. Welcome in, Kiki. And thank you, Jerry. It's an honor to hold this space. Nothing better than holding space and being here for my brothers and sisters to hold truth and love. But as I was saying, the topics that I'm going to be touching upon today are going to be deeply rooted in truth, experience, not opinion, but truth and experience from my own experiences, as well as relating it to the current trending topics regarding Kanye West and Kyrie Irving. And, some of us may get caught up in the limelight, the glitz and the glamour, the fame, and believe that every single person that has a famous stature has to be a distraction or no good for our minds. But that's not true. It's a full spectrum. There is the duality within everything. There are beings that are distractors within industries. There are beings that are pure, that don't learn until they're in the industry what the distractions of the industry is about. And then there's some of us like myself that learn about the industries before getting involved with them, but then come across experiences where we get invited and almost brought into the industry. But with our foresight and awareness, we're able to discern before getting ourselves involved in contracts and other things with these industries. Now, our couple of brothers, Kanye and Kyrie, they are within this darkness. They are within this underworld of these industries. A lot of you guys know who Kanye West is. Beautiful, talented music artist. The things that he's been talking about, he has been exposing these industries, Hollywood, the music industry, for what they are and what's been going on behind the scenes with the manipulation and the hypnotism that's been taking place upon the collective. He's sharing his experiences. He is sharing what he has been witnessing and knows about the industry. And now what's going on is the media is trying to smear him, blast him, and destroy his name because he is exposing and bringing forth the light to the darkness of these industries. It is not a lie what he is talking about with music artists and people in Hollywood being controlled, not being able to speak out and to give positivity and light to the collective. Instead, going off and spewing out manipulative, negative mind control, such as degrading music, supporting drug abuse and addiction, degrading women, promoting gang violence, trying to make money over love. These are all things that these artists that Kanye is talking about being controlled, such as Meek Mill, Jay-Z, and Beyonce, are facts. And I myself, I am a music artist, a very talented one. And I have my own experience regarding the music industry, along with a secret society involved with the music industry that tried to get me to sign a contract with them and join them in 2019. And I'm going to touch on that here today during Rising with Rob. And this is not an opinion. This is not up for debate, what I'm going to share. This is as a being of light and a human experiences that I went through and experienced for my own self. And I will be sharing my story today in this space. Kyrie Irving, NBA player. The media, they've tried to destroy his name for 2 seasons now, 2 NBA seasons in a row. Last NBA season, he stood his rights, he stood in his sovereignty, and declared that he would not take an injection in order to play in the NBA. Therefore, they suspended him, kept him out of playing, kept him out of being in the league. And he was the only player to stand up for his own rights and declare that he would not allow an injection in himself. So the media tried to destroy him, tell him that he was no good, that he was a problem for his team, and all these other things. And he stood his ground the whole time. He stood in his power of truth. And he didn't give in. And then they ended up bringing him back in because they had realized that everything got called back and everything got reversed about this injection, because it's all being proven false. The whole narrative. Go do your research. Everything is being brought back. Everything is being reversed about what was said at first, including the masks as well. And for those of us that have been aware of the agenda the whole time, we've stood our ground. We stood our sovereignty because we know the truth. And the truth is being revealed. It's not going fully mainstream, but it's being revealed in certain places. And that's why they silence people like myself. They shadow ban me. They shadow ban others on Instagram. They shadow ban holistic practitioners. They shadow ban and cut off doctors, lawyers, and other people that know the truth about these things because they're scared. They are in fear of God's sovereign power and the light of Christ's consciousness. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Christ's consciousness, it's eternal. It doesn't falter to any lies or delusions. These lies and delusions no longer serve, and they are being exposed by the light. That's why things like Kanye is taking place right now, because there's light coming through that man that is being shed for us to see, for those that have the eye and the ears are open for wisdom. Along with Kyrie Irving, who even stated, if you research his name, Kyrie stands for Lord or Christ light in Hebrew. He is another being of sovereign light that is here on this planet. And it doesn't matter if he's in the NBA playing basketball, or if he is sitting here on live, or if he is out serving at a fast food restaurant. We are who we are when it comes down to it. And when spirit calls, and we move with spirit. Pay attention to these things that are going on and see how they're trying to slander, diminish, and cancel out certain individuals that are speaking out about things that we have deep down known within us for years upon years about the system, these industries, the banks, and other things. There's a reason why they're smearing their names. And there's a reason why they're trying to make people sound crazy or out of their mind for the things that they are talking about. And I just want to touch on this real quick too, that Kyrie, he shared a documentary about Yahweh. And within that, it talked about how there is a select group of beings that go underneath the Jewish label. And they run the media, the banks, and other things. So what they did was they tried to twist that and try to call him racist and anti-Semitic because he shared that documentary, which is on Amazon Prime for everybody to go watch. Now tell me how that's a problem that he shared something that's on Amazon Prime. Didn't even say that he was hateful or against anybody, to share the documentary. And of course, this is a year later after he declared that he wasn't going to get an injection to play in the NBA. It's no coincidence, man. Connect the puzzle pieces and look at how they're trying to diminish certain individuals. Go check out my page. I posted an interview with him talking about his intentions and his pure righteousness of how he walks and lives his everyday life. He's a very open individual. And you can follow him on Instagram, Kyrie Irving. He has very beautiful, empowering universal Christ conscious post. But I just want to touch upon those real quick. And there's a lot to really see through these experiences that are happening with these two individuals. If you take yourself out of the industry and fame and all these other things, look at the purity and awareness that is taking place through these individuals in this time period that we're in, which is heading into the age of knowing, the age of Aquarius. We are breaking down these delusions and systems that are no longer serving, and light is being shed upon the darkness. And that's what's taking place beyond all of it. And Dave Chappelle's another one, and I posted it on my page as well. Dave Chappelle is someone else that's been blackmailed by these secret organizations, and he's spoken very out loud about them, along with Cat Williams. But I just want to touch upon that briefly because it's going to relate to my story that I will be telling a little bit later on in this space. My story about being a music artist that was reached out to, and by split decision choices, I was very close to becoming a part of those contracts and industry as a music artist. But by split decision choices and awareness of spirit, I was able to step away before I did get involved in a contract and part of the industry. And that's why I haven't been making music as much, because of what type of experiences that had brought to me and how I felt within myself that I need to step away from making music because I didn't want to attract that type of life. But moving on to some other things today in Rising with Ra, and welcome in everybody. Energy Soul Child, God Switching Up the Code, Surya, Dancing Spirit, welcome, welcome. And for all of you that don't know me again, my name is Marcus, aka Christolight, and I'm your space holder. And we have a special guest today, perhaps two, but our first special guest is a wonderful brother, very pure, very rooted in ancient Kemet, ancient Egyptian vibes. And he actually had just gotten certified in his yoga teachings, officially certified as a yoga teacher now. Our brother Kemet Yoga is going to be hopping on to join us today to be sharing a tarot collective reading. It's going to be a blessing, and I'm very grateful to hold the space for him. Thank you, Sandra. I absolutely am going to be making music. That post I made yesterday with my rhyme, yeah, that was me breaking back into my music flow. That post about who I am, the rhyme that I wrote, that right there, that's the new flow that's about to be getting recorded in my music. I'm bringing the thunder and lightning, and I'm exposing what needs to be exposed. But I'm going to go ahead and welcome in our brother, Kemet Yoga. And everybody, give him a congratulations for his achievement as becoming an official yogi teacher, as that is it's an adventure and journey.
I'm gonna bring that thunder and lightning. I'm gonna expose what needs to be exposed. That's my boy.
Ashe, ashe.
Thank you for that beautiful intro, Marcus. It was very pure, very heart-touching, and soul fulfilling message to hear, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Go
ahead.
I
just got done my yoga flow for the day too, literally a couple minutes before I hopped on your live, bro.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So Marcus, you're a good brother, man, doing great work, uplifting the community, the global community at that. I'm doing similar work. We're walking in tandem. We're all holding each other's hands. We're taking step by step. And it's a beautiful, beautiful journey because you know what? There's a lot of muck in this world. There's a lot of trauma and pain and suffering. But we're doing it all one step, one day at a time. And it's outstanding work that we're doing.
Yes, exactly. And, this the beauty of it is that there are brothers and sisters of truth and light within all facets of the world, no matter if it's in a high platform, a low platform, or being out in the streets. We're all everywhere. And we got to remember this. These people like Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, they are beings and vessels of light that have strategically been placed in these organizations and industries to come out during these times specifically to help anchor the truth and shed light upon the darkness.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Straight to the leaders.
That's right.
Straight to the leaders. Can't forget that part.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, Blue.
Hey, Blue Luna.
Congratulations, Blue, on winning the Divine Feminine Embodiment for the Journey to the Jungle retreat.
That's so great. Congratulations.
Yes. And if anybody has questions about the upcoming Costa Rica Journey to the Jungle retreats, feel free to message me. Or you can also follow Journey to the Jungle as well. And you can message them and ask questions. And the website is on there as well.
Wonderful. Ashe. Oh, that's beautiful work, Marcus. The jungle is, in my tradition, one of them, my main tradition, is a 30,000-year-old lineage that comes from the Himalayas. And it's unbroken lineage passed down from guru to disciple. And, one of the monks in the lineage talks about the jungle, and like the tigers of the jungle. And if we can face those within our everyday lives, then we're really facing them within the jungle as well, because, we're here. We're lifting the veil of Maya. We are doing the work. I feel that beam of light coming from you guys and from Marcus. And I'm excited to do this power reading for y'all today. So I am a tarot reader as well. I'm a psychic. I'm a musician as well, but I'm a psychic. And I've been working as a professional psychic since I was aged 19. So that's a little over a decade now. And I have tarot cards to do a collective tarot reading for our collective here. And I also feel a little bit guided to give away 2 one-card readings as well. Marcus will allow us to do that. Basically, anybody that wants to get a tarot reading, just comment below and I'll give you, that little mini reading. It won't be a full-on reading, but if you follow me at Kemet Yoga, reach out. I also do tarot readings as well. So it's $50 for a past, present, and future reading, and we'll go from there.
Beautiful. Sounds good, brother. Really appreciate you being here today to bless us with your tarot abilities. And welcome in Felix. Fifi.
Fifi, what's good? Surya Yoga, what's good? The all is the all, and we are the all.
That's right.
Back to the one. Rising with Ra.
Yes, sir. The return. Back on Instagram Live.
Yes, he's so right. Ooh, okay, I'm going to knock on the deck of cards. I'm going to shuffle them up. Go ahead and get the shuffle going. And I'll hold up the cards as well for past, present, and future so we all can see them. And we'll go from there.
Sounds beautiful.
So I'll draw past, present, future. This is our past card, the Two of Wands. We have the Two of Wands here that is visible. Can everybody see it? I hope so. If not, I'll hold a little more clear there.
They're trying to stop me on my side from seeing it. Your screen right now is it's green and it's just moving in different colors. It's like blurred out, but it's all good. I'm not letting it distract me. I'm connected and I see through it. Everybody else can see you though.
Okay, so I'm just gonna hold this up and say, how amazing is this? We're doing a collective reading, right? And what we have is the Two of Wands. On the Two of Wands, we have this man here holding the world. I know y'all see that. I know y'all, that is us. That's the world. And what I'm getting is that, you know, we have like we have our sanctuary. We've always had our sanctuary, which is the earth here in the background is fertile and green. That is what we've always have within our innermost being, within our heart. You know, that's something that was never taken from us. Although all around it is cold and desolate. You see the mountains behind. It's very cold looking, very desolate. And we have sort of this watcher here. We'll call this the archetype of the creator, watching over the world. We have the creator watching over the world, holding the world in the palm of his hand or her hand, however you want to look at that, or both, because it's the all. And we have is the creator looking over a cold and desolate world. One that is turned away from the creator, one that is turned away from humanity, one that is turned away from doing the right thing for the collective. But throughout all of that, we've always had sort of this right here, which I would call the opposition force. The opposition force, with the creator standing strong, standing tall, holding that one wand right there, and holding the world in the other palm, in the other hand. So what I draw from this is that even though we've had the opposition force here, we've always had the creator force here, we've always had each other, which is the background here, the ground, the earth, fertile, together, strong, you know. And what I'm getting is that there's been this sort of turn of pages, so to speak, that we've had. You know, each with the ice age, we'll look to the ice age as an example. Whenever the earth goes through those major cycles of death and rebirth, it's always guided by the divine, but we're rising above it now. We're rising above it. That's the past. So let's go to the present to look at what we've got here. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the present. Look at that, y'all. That is a great sign. I was just talking about the world basically being, having the force of opposition, there that we've been working against, or not against, but working to overcome and work through. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So what I'm seeing here is that the divine is speaking. The divine is with us. The divine is here, present, in the present. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And what I'm seeing is that the world as we know it is falling together. I'm not going to say falling apart. I'm going to say falling together. Marcus spoke about Kyrie Irving, spoke about Kanye West, spoke about Dave Chappelle, spoke about Cat Williams, these wonderful soul brothers that are standing up and speaking the truth. These are our pillars here. There's 4 of them, right? But we can also equate this to the 4 directions of the world: north, south, east, and west. We have our foundation, we have our pillars. Speaking up against the corrupt system, against the blackmail, against the hatred, against the negativity, against the divisiveness. And we have in the middle the one. We have the oneness. That golden solar energy that's radiating for all of us, through all and for all. So, yes, God is switch code. Yes, switch the code. Yes, follow both our brothers. So, what I'm seeing here is that this little snake here is also representative of the Kundalini on a personal and a collective level, but it's more so on a personal level that I'm seeing here. We're at the point in time where we're being called to all raise our Kundalini and reach into awakening, reach into ascending, reach into ascension, so that we can ultimately rise to the occasion. Look, we have our divine here speaking right now, here present. We need to basically rise up to that. It's basically like saying that we have a stage set before us. We have a play that is set before us, and all we have to do is get dressed and go out to engage in this wonderful play. Go out and engage in this wonderful orchestration of light, of power, of pleasure. I'm not going to say pleasure, but of power, of presence. I'm going to say presence. And all we have to do is show up. When we show up, then we're engaged. We're part of the whole. We're part of that grand orchestration, so to speak. So that is the present. Now let's go to the future card. We have the Three of Cups. And that's celebration. That's a great sign. That is celebration. So, and it's also three beautiful women if you can't see. Welcome, Riley Rhino, 69. Good to see you. Future. Yes, I am Felix MC. This is the future card. Celebration. Now, what I'm getting from this is it's not going to be easy. It's really not going to be easy. It's going to be a challenge. But we're built for this. Now, that's why I teach yoga. Because Egyptian yoga is designed, it's a system for achieving your divinity. It is a system for achieving your divinity. Like, that in and of itself is rare. We don't have whole systems in place that are accessible easily for us to reach in and achieve a divine state of being, overcoming the mundane lower vibration of worldliness. That's what this is about. That's what we're here to do. These gauntlets that are being held up, these cups that are being held up, that's the work. That's us doing the work. That's us standing in our power. That's us basically rising to the occasion. It's in 3, that divine number. That's the Trinity, the power of the Trinity. Us coming together, working together, rising up as a unit and rising to the occasion like Christ did, like Christ is doing. Like, that's what we've got to do, is ultimately be that light bearer, that light example. And we're able to do that. We're able to step into our power and be unified as one. So that is a past, present, and future reading at a glance. I hope that was helpful for you all. And if anybody... Yeah, thank you, Marcus.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Full gratitude. And it was just so perfect, so aligned, so pure with everything that's been going on, everything that I've shared and brought to the surface for us through my posts. And one of the biggest things I took away from that, with everything that's been going on and that I've been sharing, is that, like you were saying, these brothers that are stepping up to the plate, exposing the industry and these different systems that they have witnessed and experienced, been a part of, and have had themselves involved with.
Right.
They are making big sacrifices right now. They are putting themselves out there in major and huge platforms and ways. They are risking their lives for us, not for them, but for us. They are risking their lives for us so they can shed light upon these dark industries. And it's up to us to pay attention, to see the messages, wake up and rise up together and start fulfilling our parts along with their parts as they are taking down the bigger platforms. We need to be taking out these lower platforms of darkness with our light and bring it all together in unity, and really recognizing that it's all in accordance. And we just need to answer the call and fall in line. We just need to keep on doing our part.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's it. Go ahead.
What I just saw when you were just speaking those magnificent words was I play guitar, and so I saw a hand on a guitar. I saw my hand on a guitar playing a chord, and when you said it's in accordance, you know, you've got that root note, you've got the third, you've got the fifth, you've got the seventh in some cases, you've got the ninth in some cases. Basically, using those different fingers to hit different notes. And that's the chord. We've got our those of us on the high platforms, we got those of us in the mid range, we got those of us in the low range, we got those of us that are sort of fluid through all of them, and it's all in accordance with the one divine order. When we strike that chord, wickedness drops.
Yes, exactly. Babylon falls.
Babylon falls. Yes, sir.
The beat of the drum.
Energized right now. Even this rising.
Beating that drum, baby.
Thanks for that resonance indeed, sis.
I love this.
Thank you, Energy Soul Child. For sure. The revolution has gone divine, as my yoga guide likes to say. The revolution has gone divine. We are reaching our divinity. We're not out here trying to destroy one another. We're out here trying to achieve our divinity so that we can embrace God's kingdom.
Exactly.
Here on earth.
All of us together, enjoying our peace, harmony, and love with each other.
That's it.
Such a beautiful reading, brother. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you now, Marcus, and let the rising continue. Absolutely.
Did you say that you were also offering a couple of single card readings for people in the comments?
Yeah. Let's do it. So, we can do this one of two ways, y'all. Literally, we've got two readings, so we've got one and two of both of those ways. Okay, so you gotta enjoy life, y'all. We really gotta enjoy life. Like that's the point. Like there's just it's just too short. So, if you want to ask a question, you can put it in the comments. Ask a question. I'm just going to take the first people that I see. Or if you just say me, then I'll know to read you, just give you a random one-card reading. Not even random, but on whatever's pertaining to you at this point in time. So it'll be good. So and Marcus, you didn't get to make music again, bro.
Yeah, I know. I need another device. I got my laptop for YouTube and my phone for Instagram right now, so I'll have to find another device to get some music playing.
Right on. Okay. Is anybody interested in getting a reading? Let's see. And if not, that's cool too, but while the resources here,
All right.
Me, Energy Awakening with Sandra. Okay.
So
let's do this.
Yeah, we actually have we have 3 people.
3 people? Oh, I missed it. I'll do all 3. But that's it. That's the limit. After this, come holler at me and I'll give you a reading. Marcus, can you shout out who those 2 people are? Because I saw Sandra first.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Soul Awakening with Sandra. And then down in the question section, we have Epipoliso, as well as...
You know what? Hold on. Wait for me. Let me start with Sandra so that I'm locked in her energy right now.
Yeah.
Let me know. Okay, cool. Soul Awakening with Sandra. Let's go. 1 card, draw for you. Let's go. So... I got the 3 of Pentacles and it's inverted. So let me go ahead and look into this for you and see what comes up. Sandra, you're a little bit on Soul Awakening with Sandra. You're a little bit on a winning streak right now, but you've got some I don't want to use the word loose ends because I don't mean it in a negative sense. Like in your life, I'm gonna say surrounding personal, but it bleeds into business a little bit as well. you've got a couple of loose ends that are not quite, and it could be in the form of a couple of people or one. It feels like one person in particular that's connected to one or two other people as well, that basically are trying to act like their advice or act like there's some type of support in your life, but they're not actually real support there. Well, this could be some type of business partnership or partnership you have, but it's not quite aligned and you know it. And honestly, you're playing a fool right now, and you're doing a really good job of doing that by basically allowing yourself to not get caught up in their scheme or in their ill will or ill intent. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep walking with balance, because this card is showing that you're walking with balance here, and this is them or that person in particular that I'm talking about, that I'm speaking on. And this is you walking with balance. These pentacles here represent stability. It represents groundedness. And honestly, you had a situation in your life where you had a major depression or major fallout, basically, where once you saying yes, the only way you can say just saying yes. I'm glad this is resonating with you. You had a major fallout or major, I wouldn't even coin it quite as a dark night of the soul, although I would put it in the sense of work-wise, family work-wise, more so work-wise, you had that sort of experience happen, and now you've passed and you gained the wisdom, but you're still closing out the final strands of Aqua Check for sure, yeah. Closing out the final strands of what that cycle is closing out. So that's a little reading for you. I'm glad to do that for you. Follow me if you want a full reading. Reach out. Just send me a DM at Kemet Yoga. I'm gonna grab a cup of water real quick. I appreciate that Aqua Check, Marcus, for everybody involved. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. So good to see everybody. I'm glad to be here again on Instagram Live. It's so nice. Appreciate all you guys' support and love. You guys are the best. Sacred community, sacred kingdom, sacred divine beings that you are. I'm gonna go ahead and pin down below my Cash App and PayPal. Every Rise with Raw, I'll be opening up heart-based donations for myself and the guests, as they will be split between me and the guests. So feel free to donate from the heart if you would like, for us holding space and sharing light and love. And the donations will go to myself and the guest as well.
Awesome. Great. So, let's see. So, Marcus, can you go ahead and tell me who the second person was? Or what their question was?
Yes. And thank you everybody for the love. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Sandra, Energy, God switching up the code. Appreciate all of you guys, really. All of you divine queens. It's been quite a journey. A lot of balance and a lot of staying present with different things in my life, including my partnership, which has been really beautiful. And I'm really, really blessed and grateful to be able to share those few moments I have with you guys, with me and Holistic Butterfly these last few weeks.
Beautiful.
So yeah, next we have Epi Poliso, and it just says me, please. So just a general reading.
Okay, we'll do a general reading. Let me drink some water again. Aqua Check.
Greetings, Chantel. Good to see you.
We are moving energy right now. Oof.
I know, right?
Yes, we are. Look at that smile.
Instagram Live and YouTube Live. Rising with
Instagram
Raw.
Live and YouTube Live. actually drew the Two of Wands for you. And, Epipillos. Got it. Epipillos. Epi. Okay, so it's called me Epi. Okay, got it.
Okay.
So Epi, I've got the Two of Wands here. We actually drew this in the group reading, but let's see what it means for you specifically, because this is a totally separate reading. Although the energies are intertwined, let's see what it means for you. Okay, let me tap into your energy. So what I'm seeing with you, honestly, is that you're dealing with a little bit of depression right now that you're trying to overcome. And ultimately, you are certain on what it is that has value in your life at this point in time. You've been on a little bit of a struggle, but it's been a journey of ultimately discovering what is important and what's not important to you, more so on the spiritual path, accepting the spiritual path and coming onto the spiritual path, and letting go sort of more of the materialistic, worldly type of frequencies and expectations and things that you hold as valuable. What you're holding in your hand right now is more so like your heart, which is the world right now, and like you've got the world in your heart right now. You're ultimately feeling like, especially I'm gonna say with the George Floyd situation, with the political situation, with all of the social unrest that's happened in the past. I'm gonna say 2.5 to 3 years, the epidemic, or the pandemic, we should say. You've been feeling it. You've been feeling it in your heart, and it's been strongly making you face your own personal demons and your own personal light as well. Choosing ultimately what's important to you and choosing what's valuable to you, and how right now the step that I'm getting is that, you know, seeing these roses here is like you're at a juncture in your road, or getting ready to be at a juncture in your road, where you are in need of what you're going to give back to the world, like what you're gonna put forward in the world, like what energy you're going to carry forward into the world, sort of as this new reformed being, this new reformed self-identity of acceptance of what's important and what's not important. So that's what I have for you. Tap this card out.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Let me see if I can
you're welcome.
Play some music here while I'm on YouTube Live. You might be able to let me.
Energy Soul Child, LOL to the point.
Pandemic.
Pandemic. Yeah. Happy. Wow, really resonate. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad to hear that. It makes me feel so good to do this. Definitely in my heart too. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Spread those wings and let them fly. Let them flap.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Are we playing music? Guys, I want to do this more often. I want to do more tarot readings. Actually, on Instagram anyway. I might start doing them on my page as well. Yeah, let me go ahead and reply to you. Give me some hearts, because we're all about that love business. Red Debts, what's up?
Yeah.
Alright. Also, y'all, the people that be sure to drink water today, because when I'm giving you this reading, I'm also moving your energy. I'm just the divine through me and putting you in alignment more so to yourself. So that's the point. Guidance on the path to your true self. To your self-actualized life, the life you desire to see. And then some.
You hear the music?
Yep.
Alright. Nope.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and go to the third person. Who is the third person?
Third person is Blue Luna Gal, our final star to receive a reading today. And
Awesome.
It is regarding finances and house as well.
Finances and house. Ask the call. So we drew the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles, of course, is finance, it's money, it's in this instance, that's what it represents. And we have you here looking down at money. And so what I'm getting is that right now you're in the process of letting go of a decision that was made that might not even have been your decision specifically, but a decision that was made surrounding money that didn't work out the way that it feels like somebody around you didn't work out the exact way that they wanted it to work out, and now it's kind of tied up in something that doesn't allow for as much flexibility as you had been talking about and been dreaming of and been wanting. But there is a principle, and so what I'm seeing also is there's a tool here, there's a hoe right here in his hands, and it's going into the soil, and underneath of it is a pentacle, and sort of what it's saying is that there is a loophole. I am hearing good news in this. There is a loophole. So what I'm getting is that there is another situation or another way, another pathway, I'll say, for finance to work out so that you end up getting what you asked for. It will be, let me see. It will be easier than you're thinking it will be. That's what I'm getting from the cards. It will be easier than you're thinking it will be. It won't be maybe necessarily the amount that you are looking at. It may not be necessarily. I don't see that the house isn't coming up right now. So that means it's too soon what I'm seeing. The house is specific, but as far as the finance goes, the money is coming. It's coming in an alternate route or a loophole. That's the word that Spirit is giving me, is loophole. And so just be aware of that, and that's what I'm seeing. So that's for you, Luna.
God is switching up the code. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for hopping in with us and sharing your love and support. Greatly appreciate you, sister.
Much love, much appreciation. Uncle Johnson now.
Hey, Ashe.
Yes, Kemetic blessings.
Ashe.
You're welcome, Blue Luna. Uncle Johnson now. That's for the Kemetic yogis out there. For those of us who are practicing Egyptian yoga, that is the term that we use in Kemetic yoga. Ankh Johnson now. He's a blessing. Eternal life.
The Ankh in the air.
Yep.
Ankh life. Always.
Ankh life.
Every day. Eternal.
Everything. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Wow, amazing, beautiful tarot readings today, brother man. I want to thank you so much for coming on to share your magic and gift of the tarot. And
you are so welcome.
It's been an honor.
Well, I'm going to take a little screenshot of one of these cards for you to picture of our lovely KIDDOS right here. So,
The return.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got it.
The return of Rising with Raw on Instagram and YouTube.
Yep. YouTube and Instagram, y'all. We are on Instagram live. What I learned on my path from being a monk is that spiritual sacrifices that we make, especially towards spiritual beings, feeds us back. Because sometimes we want blessings, right? Sometimes we're trying to receive getting blessings in our life, and it's hard, it's difficult. And that's because we're not making sacrifices. We have to make sacrifices on the spiritual path. If you're not doing it today, right now, take this message literally. We have to make sacrifices on the spiritual path. Let go of something to gain something more of value.
That's right. That's right. You got to be able to empty your cup in order to get filled up. It's a give and receive world. That's the dualistic nature of life. And you can have all the faith that you want in the divine. I mean, the divine already loves you. The divine already forgives you. The divine gives you mercy and grace. But are you going to put in action? Are you going to act upon giving yourself faith, giving yourself mercy, giving yourself grace? Because you're the living vessel that has to do it. That's why you're here in this experience. That's why you are in this incarnation. Because you are the living. You are not the nothingness. You are the everything. You are the animator of life. And it's up to you to create your reality.
Yep. Indeed.
Oh, wait. Everybody, if you're not following him yet, Kemet Yoga on Instagram. I'll have him down below in the description for everybody on YouTube as well. He does tarot readings, he does online yoga, and he also is a Tai Chi teacher as well.
Yeah. Because it's a wave that we're surfing in this world of energy.
I love it. Well, brother, you can stay with us if you would like, or you can do what you would like to do and move forward. Up to you, but you're welcome to stay on.
I appreciate you, brother, but I think I need to go for a walk.
Okay, absolutely.
Get some fresh air and move my body. I just did my yoga session. I want to get my miles in, also my steps in. Clear the energy from doing the readings.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Love you, brother. Love you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
Love you too, brother. Love and prosperity, and have a blessed day.
You too, and Burnett. Yep, follow me for Egyptian yoga stuff. Love y'all. Take care.
Much love. That was so beautiful. What a way to kick off the return of Rising with Ra on Instagram Live and YouTube Live as well, as we are live here on Instagram and YouTube as well. If you want to pop in on YouTube, you can actually take a look and see that we are live on both. And wow, what an honor it's been. It has been amazing. This really shows how magical it can be when we take a break from something and then come back and it's just refreshed and re-amped energy. Like, how beautiful could this be? And what an honor to have Kemet Yoga, our brother Hazy, bless us with these tarot readings. So go ahead and kind of close out the reading space a little bit here with a little selenite swipe. And I'm going to navigate kind of back into the topic that I started this live with, Rising with Ra, and that Hazy touched upon a little bit with the first collective reading regarding the brothers, the pillars of light that are speaking truth and shedding light upon the industry and the media and these corporations. Kyrie Irving and Kanye, Dave Chappelle, and some others, you know, they are getting smeared. They are getting degraded. They are getting fingers pointed at them for being in their truth, exposing these industries and exposing the corruption and control of the music industry, Hollywood, these medias. And I want to relate to them with something that is beyond opinion, beyond judgment, beyond what anybody could think or have to say regarding what I'm about to share. Because what I'm about to share is my own life experience of what I've experienced as a conscious music artist that has been approached and nearly by split decision making of choices that I made did not get signed into a contract and be a part of the music industry. I myself have my own experience of what I experienced leading up to final decision making that stopped me from becoming a part of the music industry and having a contract. So go ahead and buckle up. Get yourself ready to hear my personal experience that I encountered in 2019 as a music artist that nearly signed a contract and joined the industry. I know they want to put me at the top, but I told them, no, I'm sovereign and I'm not going to stop the way that I flow and share my glow because I'm Christ conscious. I don't need a contract or you to show me that you're my friend or foe. So I'm out here doing my thing for the spirit so that everybody can sing in harmony, freedom of choice, free will, because that is who we are and destined to be There is no need for me to sell out or do something for the industry or money, because money ain't nothing but a tool, nothing but a piece of paper. It has no meaning besides me, my energy, and what I put into it. Because you see, it's all about you and me. It's not about the money or the industry. So it's time for us to see the light in the darkness, and it's meant to be. This is me. This is me. Nothing else. Not no make-believe. So I'm not here to tell you a fairy tale story or be a conspiracy theorist, because it's just how it's supposed to align with the stars, the ancestors, the present moment, the past, and the future. All right here, now, for you to be filled with your cup, open to receive, feeling vibrational frequency. If you are open enough to be in the truth, beyond opinion, beyond judgment, beyond the human concept, it's present, ever flowing, eternal, balanced and whole. Call me Marcus, call me King Marco, call me Krista. It doesn't matter. Identity can always shift and change. But I know one thing. I'm manifesting my dreams from the astral plane.
Watch parenting how-tos ad-free and nap uninterrupted. Try our family plan.
Alrighty, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and share. A story. A story about my life and what I've experienced in the past as a music artist of talent. And what I had encountered back in 2019. That very much relates to what is happening and being brought to the forefront with specific people such as Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, Dave Chappelle, and others. Now, it's been labeled conspiracy theory for time. It's been labeled as crazy or far out there that the rap industry and other industries of the mainstream and the media are controlled and have a shadow puppet figure behind them. Now, you can do your research on many different ways of finding out about this. One example is if you go on YouTube, you look up Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Look up Crazy Bone exposed music industry, and you can find an interview with him exposing one of the secret meetings that took place in the 90s about the music industry. It's no coincidence that the rap industry and hip hop, they emphasize drugs, violence, gang separation, degrading of women, as well as the street life and nothing better. Same with country music. There's a reason why they promote alcohol. They promote degrading of women and other things as well. It's no coincidence that in rock and roll, it's no longer about things like John Lennon, Jim Morrison, and others that were helping awaken and promote people through rock. There's a reason why they took out people like Bob Marley, why they took out people like Prince, Michael Jackson. These are all people that spoke out about the industry before they left. Look up their interviews. That's why they got rid of Tupac and Biggie, created war between the East and West with them, because Tupac was a prophet. Tupac was a being of light that was going to shift and change communities through his words of wisdom and power. Listen to the words that he puts in his music to empower the people. And you can watch the posts on my page, my main page, Sacred Light 33 without the underscore. It's one of my most recent posts. There is a, just to identify, there's a white guy in a suit, and he's talking about how he used to be a executive for a few artists. So he knows what the industry is about firsthand. And he was touching upon how Takeoff had recently been killed from the Migos. And in this industry, these deaths are sacrifices for energy and power. There are draconian beings or reptilian beings out there in these ethers that are not visible to the physical eyes, but mind control, manipulate, and remote view through vessels and through beings that are susceptible to signing these contracts and giving their vessels and souls to them. Creating it universally okay and universally consented for these type of events and actions to take place through them, because they gave consent to the contracts for their vessels. Now, listen on the post on my page where Dave Chappelle's talking. These are all at the top of my page, posted today. Dave Chappelle talks about his experience of when he was brought the contract for Comedy Central. And something that he made sure to talk about was how they write these contracts very wisely to where they can find these people that aren't too educated or too knowledgeable about consent of power and universal consent of their space and soul, so that they can easily manipulate and trick us into signing these contracts for money and self-empowerment. Now, this is what's going on when we look at people like Kanye, Dave Chappelle, and others. Listen to the things that Kanye's saying. There's reasons why he's naming certain names and talking about how they're being controlled and how he cannot be controlled. It's very interesting. The Crazy Bone interview, he talks about how the rap industry had that meeting, and ever since then is now tied and working hand to hand with the private prison industry. Now, you put two and two together, they're working with the private prison industry. It makes a lot of sense how they would promote things such as drug addiction, promoting selling hard drugs to the communities, separating fathers from their families, degrading the women, promoting gang violence, and then mixing it all up with the private prison industry. These things all align with the prison industry. It's no coincidence. There's a lot of money behind it. Some of these artists, they are committing the murders of a lot of these fellow artists that are passing away mysteriously or dying from unknown causes, drug overdoses. They are paid to do this. And if they do anything and say anything about it, they go to prison for it. That's what Kanye is talking about in those interviews. You need to be very wise about the music you're consuming and who you're supporting. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was taken out because he was an independent artist who was building his own sovereignty and independency through his music, educating the youth, educating his communities to self-empower, as well as creating his own businesses. And he was about to drop a Dr. Sebi documentary. Dr. Sebi, who was also taken out, is a wonderful, legendary doctor from Honduras who established and created basically the foundation of electric and alkaline diets that we know today, and how to reverse, defeat different cancers and diseases, which he successfully did in many different occasions. He was about to drop this documentary, Nipsey Hussle, and then he was taken out right beforehand. Hollywood. They disabled my last Instagram account in 2020 because I spoke out about the things happening in Hollywood, such as child trafficking adrenochrome, and the other things that were taking place. There's a reason why you don't see some artists, some actors around in Hollywood anymore. Because they found out what's going on and they are exposing it. They are bringing it to light. People like Ashton Kutcher fighting child trafficking. There are others as well. Kyrie Irving, he stood up against getting the injection last year, the only basketball player to do so. So they tried to smear his name, degrade him. Now they're trying to do it again, trying to say that he's anti-Semitic, trying to call him racist because he shared a documentary about Yahweh and about how he's exposed, just like Kanye has, about a select group of people that are controlling the media and banks that are underneath the Jewish label. They're trying to say that they're racist or anti-Semitic against all Jewish people because they've brought to light that the controllers of these systems are underneath the Jewish label. Telling you guys, go listen to what Dave Chappelle has to say because he puts it out front. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. And when you watch this stuff and you research it, don't trap yourself into it. Don't get into fear. Just observe it for what it is and recognize what you do not want to continue to feed and put your light and life into, and help spread awareness for others to acknowledge where we need to not repeat these patterns of signing contracts, giving consent to our souls for these different corporations and industries that do not have our best interests. This isn't about fear. This isn't about being scared. This isn't about staying in the rabbit hole. This is about our future and present. Learning from the past and learning to be sovereign and how to properly be sovereign in this world. Before we sign over our souls and get ourselves caught up even more in this karmic cycle on Earth. It's deeper than you could know. And that does have to do with the karmic cycle for souls. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Love Heals. Good to see you in the space. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my story with you guys as being a music artist and what I encountered in 2019 through a secret society member that wanted to recruit me as an artist to work with them and sign a label and contract to be in a divisive racial pro-Black movement. Before I begin, I'm gonna go ahead and use the restroom, grab some water, and I'll be back. Alrighty. So, my story, my experience as a music artist. In 2019, I was approached online by a man, and he invited me to join a part of the society that he was a part of. And he wanted to sign me and have me join as a music artist underneath them and with them. And along with that, he offered $25K a month as my allowance. Kind of live, but
I'll leave it right here in the hallway then.
okay then. See how distractions try to come in. But anyway, back to the story. I was, see that? I was offered $25K a month as my allowance if I had signed and became a part of this contract. along with that, and I want to fill you guys in that I'm someone that likes to investigate or find out about something or someone as much as I can. So what I did was I went along with this up until the contract signing, because I wanted to get as much experience and eyewitness for my own self for what this was about. So I went along with this for a little while up until the contract. And $25K a month was offered as my allowance, as well as a contract with a separate entity, a separate brand. And this brand was a pro-black race movement that they would have had me dividing people with through race. And in that contract, they wanted to only give me 30% of the sales that would have been made, and then they keep 70. So just to sum this all up, within this period of being connected with this guy and working through these motions, going along with it, they mailed the tassel and the suit that I was going to wear. And then he sent me over certain lines to say, to give myself to their overlord, which he had stated was the lord of government officials, celebrities, and others. And I stayed neutral so I could absorb as much detail as I could to really find out how real this was in this world. And it was amazing to see how much this guy really didn't even know about the higher truth of what was going on in the higher ranks. And that's something I want to emphasize, is that a lot of these lower level people that are involved with these societies, they are blinded from the reality of what's going on in the higher ranks. They're just the soldiers, servants that go out to recruit, and they're just given the blinded truth, which is a lie, that they're just helping out society. And they use money to cover it up. So yeah, they sent the tassel and suit to me. And then they tried to get me to sign that contract with the pro-black movement group to divide through race. Only wanted to give me 30% of sales for my records, of my music. And then within that contract, I basically would have been their property with a $25K allowance a month. So I went along with it. And then this is where it ended. It ended when he had sent me over the lines and words to re-say and say out to their overlord. And I ended up not saying them. I didn't sign the contract for the music label. because I know my sovereignty, I know my Christ consciousness, and that I don't need a group or society to give me my power. And I wanted to share this because things that Kanye, Kyrie, Dave Chappelle, and others talk about is definitely taking place. And they've experienced it for themselves, just like I have experienced it for myself as well. Now, I didn't get truly involved, but I was a step away from being in a contract and being property of these industries. So be aware of what's going on right now. Recognize why they're degrading and destroying the name of certain individuals that are standing in their sovereignty and standing in their power of truth. As I will continue to do the same, not just for me, but for all of you, for all of us as unity, Christ consciousness, and our sovereign power. Thank you guys all for tapping in to another Rising with Ra. Be sure to follow Kemet Yoga on Instagram, who did our beautiful tarot reading of the collective and for a couple individuals. He also does online yoga and Tai Chi. This will also be down below in the description on YouTube. Grateful for any donations. My Cash App and PayPal will be down below in the description as well. And I will be back Wednesday for Rising with Ra at 11:11 a.m. Eastern, as we will do a chakra focus, as well as have a special reader on Lavender Codes, a divine sister. Journey to the Jungle retreats are still going on next month in January. Details will be down below in the description on YouTube, and you can direct message me here on Instagram for any questions regarding the retreats. And I also have my 4 Pillars to Freedom workshop taking place Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Reserve your spot today. I love you all. Stay blessed. Remember your spiritual hygiene. Cleanse and protect your space. Cutting the cord. Closing the space. Ashe.